I started working as a day laborer for 20 rupees a day to reach about 900 to $1 billion valuation. And being a bootstrap company, being self-made from a very low, troubled background. My entire 5,000 acres of ginger and potato, it was just a big failure, and the entire crop loss was totally lost, was so devastated. People started laughing and teasing that, you being a trading and mining company, you entered farming and you lost your money. Now you have to accept your failure. When we filed the first patent in 2021, nobody believed that. And I still believed in me. Hello, I'm Vivek Raj, Chairman and CEO of Panama Corporation. I've been working since the age of 14, and I started my company at the age of 16. My company, when I started, was from nothing, and today my agri venture, in which we do AI precision farming, is close to $900 million, and the tech what we have is like close to 900 to touching $1 billion. But it is a bootstrap company. We are not taken any funding from investors. It is all self-funded, and I've been working on this since 2014. And the research has been funded from my parent company, Panama Corporation, and this agri-tech company is known as Panama Hydrox. And this will be the sole farming company which will be only doing farming and going to change the farming sector in this country and the world. So in 2014, I first started farming in the place called Chikmagalur. It is close to the Sayadri Mountains, and I thought, because prior to 2014, in 2004, I was mining in the same place. I used to have a mining company, and I used to start mining from 2004 till 2010. So during that time, I was just passing by these beautiful places, these beautiful mountains, and I was seeing all the farmlands, and how the Indian agriculture is still so traditional, but not thinking about going into the future of farming. So I thought, let me change the farming sector, and I thought in 2014, when I started my company, I thought I'll make it a organized sector. So because India has got a lot of land bank, but land banks are too small. Like each and every farmer has got from 5 to 10 acres, 20 acres, 30 acres, but they don't have big farmlands. So and it's all like segregated. So to make a large scale farming, which can be more sustainable, I thought I need to aggregate all the farming lands. So I spoke to farmers and consolidated the lands and made into 300 acres, 200 acres single land parcels, and started doing farming. So in 2014, the company was formed, and 2016, the first harvest came. It was really good. And 2017, the worst drought affected. So 15 and 16 was the farming days, and 2017 onwards, it was a massive drought, and I had cultivated about 5,000 acres of ginger and potato farming. And during that time, from 17 to 18 to 19, those 3 years, prior to 17, was the worst drought in that area, because it is always a monsoon area, and it has got all beautiful climate pattern. And I never thought the drought might come in that area. But even in that area, which was very safe of monsoon and beautiful climate, in that area, I thought the farming can be successful. But when the drought hit, my entire 5,000 acres of ginger and potato it was just a big failure, and the entire crop loss, the entire modern technology which was just in front of me was totally lost. I just was so devastated that I was just thinking, what if I have a backing of my own company, which is into different diversified field of business, from mining to trading. But I was just wondering, if an entrepreneur like me wanted to start farming in this country and wanted to make farming a successful venture in this country, and if he has faced this drought and such a devastation in crops, it is, you will be just like a normal farmer who will not able to survive in future. You will just think, uh, you can't lead a life anymore. So I was wondering, so how to change this unpredictable farming and make it more predictable, and how to make farming a business which can be self-sustained and which can make farmers more stable, and which can make entrepreneurs more stable, and can make farming just like a normal business, like construction or logistics or restaurant, just like that. To all the farmers, the young farmers who wants to farm, the young entrepreneurs who want to start farming business, who wants to get into agriculture, who wants to start the business of agriculture. See, growing crop is agriculture. Not buying the crop from the farm gate and selling it to the retail shops is not agriculture. That is the trading of food. But if you want to be a farmer, you have to physically grow the crop. You have to be a farmer, and you have to physically grow and sell it. So what Panama Hydrox does is physically growing the crop using technology, using the best technology what we have created. We have been creating technologies from last 7 to 8 years. Most of us, like 80 to 85% of general public wants to work under somebody, and that is called being employed. Being self-employed is something very difficult. Being entrepreneur is something very, very difficult, because you need a lot of guts, and you need lot of vision to make any business more successful. Like being an entrepreneur is a very, very hard choice, and it is a very, very difficult thing to be an entrepreneur, and it's not easy. And if you have a concept, you have to believe in your concept, and if you think you can succeed, and if you think you can do it, you become an entrepreneur. If you have an idea, 100 people will come and tell you, don't do that, don't do this. But if you believe in your idea, you please go ahead, and you will succeed. Don't listen to anybody. But if you have the concept in your mind, and if you think something what you're thinking can make you into something what you're thinking, if you think that can come into reality, please go ahead, and don't ever ask questions and answers with others who don't know the subject. And even if somebody who doesn't know what you're thinking, don't go to discuss. You believe in yourself, and things will happen. I want to give an example. Like when I started Panama Hydrox, and when I started doing the research on the crops, and my and our technology called DCCNN, which detects the any diseases coming to the crops. And when I was doing that, like when I failed so massively, and people started laughing and teasing that, you being a trading and mining company, you entered farming and you lost your money, and now you have to accept your failure, that you cannot change the farming sector. Farming sector is farming sector. It cannot be made positive. It cannot be a secure sector. And people didn't believe in me, and because I had the backing of my company, I was able to get my research into reality, got the product which was very, very difficult, and nobody believed in my thinking as well. And when we filed the first patent in 2021, which was regarding AI spectrum lighting and machine learning, and when I filed the patent in 21, nobody believed that. And I still believed in me, and this is our journey of how to make farming something different, and more encouraging, and make farming something like everybody can sustain. And this is what it means to be an entrepreneur. And being entrepreneur is, you should have courage, and you should have a certain discipline, and keep some discipline in your company as well. Not some discipline, you should have the maximum discipline in the company, and you should believe in the process. Building agriculture startup is one of the difficult thing in business, because agriculture and plants as life, just like humans. Like when we humans are born, we need food to eat, we need clothing, we need medicare, we need so many things, and we need to take care of ourselves. In the same way, plant is life, and you need to be very, very passionate about agriculture. When you see the plants, it is something which cannot speak, but the way it grows gives you happiness, and it shows how healthy it is. And when it comes to farming, there's a lot of things to consider. It is not a easy job. Farming is, it's very very difficult, and to make farming, which is so unorganized, to make it into an organized sector, it takes a lot of process and implementation of things, so much of learning, so much of failures, but still you never stop in doing what you do. Starting a company was to come out of the difficulties what I was facing. I started working as a day laborer and for 20 rupees a day from for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. During my younger days, at the age of 14, I used to work because our family had a lot of financial problems, and um, the family itself was a little bit in great trouble. My father had made a lot of losses, and we didn't have much to sustain. And I never wanted to be a failure in my life, and I never wanted to be a person who's uh, being self pity. I don't want to be a person because I had a very bad family, because I had no good financial backing. I just didn't want to pity myself. So I wanted to do something different, and I started working from the age of 14. I was filling the trucks, earning 20 rupees a day, and then I started electrical business, and then I started doing it for 2 to 3 years. And in the year 1999, I went to New Zealand with my own money, what I earned from the previous business what I was doing, like electrical equipments, trading in that, getting it from Bangalore to Mangalore and selling it in Mangalore, and um starting my hopes of going abroad. So after my 10th, I went to New Zealand, and in New Zealand, I opted to join the uh, hotel management school, which is called PIMS. And once I went there, I started doing my business. I started my business. I started exporting cholesterol-free butter, and then the business started going on. So in the year 2000, Alibaba was a very very small company. Like, a small company means not small financially, but it was a very small platform. So sitting in New Zealand, I was thinking what I need to do. There is so many things here. I need to do something. So I thought, let me make an open account in Alibaba.com, and I started searching for butter importers. So yeah, I found somebody in Sri Lanka, and they gave me a 50 kg butter order as a sample order. So I sent that, and then I started exporting lamb wool to Russia, to US, and started exporting kiwi fruits. So I became an entrepreneur by myself, like even in New Zealand. And then I thought I need to expand more. And in 2004, in India, in 2004, same place where I started my farming, uh, there was a very big government-owned steel plant called Bhadravati Iron and Steel Ore Limited. So they had a mining area in the Bhadra Reserve Forest, which is called Kemangundi. So I got the tender from that place in 2020, in 2004, and from there my mining started. And from mining, I entered into the trading of minerals, and trading of very very different and expensive minerals throughout the world. And in 2010, I was selected as the one of the youngest CEO on the global growth community of World Economic Forum. A role of AI in agriculture is very complex. It is not it's not easy, because farming is a complex subject. It is not about growing one specific crop. It is not about growing a carrot. It is not about growing saffron. So agriculture itself is a very complex subject, and AI will be a very important tool to make this farming ecosystem very predictable, and also give a lot of information about the plants, so all the data can be generated and maintained. So each and every year, there can be more and more research happening in the specific crops, so which will ultimately give a very different uh, outlook on the crops as well, and also the entire sector as well. My message to the youth of India is, never give up, and don't think about your weakness, because when I was small, I had very very bad stammering. I couldn't say to my mother to that I need a glass of water. So my stammering was so bad. So I was able to make myself fine, make myself confident. I made myself confident so I can come and speak in such a platform like Josh Talks, and the entire process of me changing my life, making myself confident, and making myself learned is all about the passion to succeed. And I want the young youth in this country to learn about themselves, to know about themselves, and to be very very confident. If you have the passion in your mind, if you have something, a great idea in your mind, go and pursue it. And these days you can get 100 ideas, like millions of ideas in social media. And social media is one of the good platform to learn and educate yourself. Like in YouTube, you have got so many channels which can teach you. If you have an idea, you can just go there, type your idea, and also get so much of content from there, and start building your idea. Because in this world, the information is getting collective. So you want any information, it has been given to you. So there are so much of platforms where you can learn what you want. So what my final message is: don't just think of your weakness as your failure, or don't just think you got less marks in your exams and think you can't make it. I didn't get much marks. I was just 40, not even 40% marks. I used to get just pass marks, 35, 37, 40. So this is when a person like me can do good things and can come up in life. There is so many other young brains, brilliant brains who are there in our country, can make a very big impact. And I request all the young minds to be very progressive and do good in life. And me being from a boy from Bangalore, coming and standing in Josh Talks and expressing my life's experience, and telling my experience to so many of their subscribers, and getting this opportunity itself is uh, uh, a privilege to me. So I thank Josh Talk and its team, and wish everybody like all the best. And my first pay was 20 rupees, and from there till the age what I've reached here, 41 years, I've made my company uh, to reach about 900 to $1 billion valuation. And being a bootstrap company, being self-made from a very 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 low troubled background.